What's going on, guys? Thought I'd do something a little bit different this week and do a voiceover on this workout instead of, cutting it up and adding music over it. I think it would give me an opportunity to give you an update on this past week, just kind of prep in general, and then maybe walk you through some of the exercises and what I'm thinking when I'm doing the exercises. So starting off this push workout with a seated neutral grip cable press. Got 3 sets, 20, 15, and 10 reps. My focus is keeping my chest up, getting a full stretch, tight squeeze, bringing my elbows together. For me specifically, you can see me kind of trying to correct it right here. I'm trying to focus on keeping my shoulders level. That's something I've talked about in previous videos, that I've got some imbalances that cause my shoulders to do different things. So that's something I really have to focus on during the exercises. Just right here, I start to talk about how I was hoping to feel in this workout, get a better pump, feel a little bit stronger. You may have noticed that my weigh-in this week was actually almost 5 pounds higher than last week. So I know I'm on prep and working towards the show, so a weigh-in 5 pounds higher than last week, it can be a little bit confusing. But if you remember last week, Chase gave me not only a refeed meal, but also a 4-day diet break. So for the last 4 days leading into this workout, I'd been eating, fairly significantly more carbs. And so the thought process was give my body a chance to recover, which I think it did. And then going into this workout, I figured, my body's had a chance to recover. I've been eating more food, probably be, get a little bit stronger and feel a little bit stronger throughout the workout. I've moved on now to a Smith machine incline press. You'll notice the bench is a little bit lower than some other times that you've seen me do this. I've got 2 push workouts in the plan. One is a little bit more shoulder heavy, so on those days I've got a higher incline to put some more emphasis on the front delts and the shoulders. On this day it's more chest focused, so I have the lower incline to move that emphasis more to my chest. So here's where I was really going to gauge, was I feeling stronger during this workout? You saw me talking, I was talking a big game about how I was going to feel a lot stronger and, maybe set a PR for this prep on the 2 plates on the Smith machine. But you'll see here in a second that did not happen. Yep, failed right there. And there's something maybe I'll get into in a second, but one thing I didn't consider is my sleep had been terrible the last 3 days. So I've been getting to the bed really late and then also waking up early, so my sleep had been terrible. And so that's something that I hadn't really thought about, and kind of proved to me how important my sleep is throughout the prep. And it's something that I've been trying to work on since this workout. Is everything that I was doing with my diet and with everything else led me to think that I should be feeling great and feeling strong in the gym. But this day was probably the weakest I had felt all prep. And I think a lot of it had to do with my lack of sleep. So that's something that I'm definitely going to be focusing on moving forward. Going back to the workout plan, you may have noticed that you'll see a lot of the same exercises in my workouts. It's because my workout plan has stayed, mostly consistent throughout the entire prep, which is something that I enjoy because it allows me to more easily track my strength levels. I'm doing the same exercises every week, so week to week I'm able to track, I did this many reps at this weight, and it helps me and it also helps Chase to be able to kind of gauge where I'm at strength-wise as well, to make sure that I'm not, losing too much strength too fast. And so really being able to track week to week my strength levels is really helpful. I moved on to a hammer strength incline chest press. So here I'm doing 3 sets of 8 to 12, and also the Smith machine incline press was 3 sets, 8 to 12 as well. You see here I'm struggling again. Probably a little bit annoyed that I'm not feeling as strong as I thought I would. And then moving on to back to the same machine, but earlier we were doing a neutral grip cable press, arms a little bit closer to my side, more of a press movement. But here we're gonna do a chest fly, so I'm bringing my hands out wider, turning it into a fly movement. A lot of the same cues though, still trying to keep my chest up and out. Still, as I'm bringing my hands together on the squeeze, trying to bring my elbows together, trying to straighten my arms to get that full range of motion, full squeeze. Still trying to make sure my shoulders are level, so I'm getting equal emphasis. So a lot of the same cues, just bringing my hands out wider for the fly movement. Next movement is a lateral raise. This you'll see me change up a little bit. Sometimes I'll do dumbbell lateral raise seated or standing, or I'll do this machine. So I think here, I'm not sure if I show a full set, but it was 3 sets of 20 on this lateral raise. So really just kind of burning out my shoulders towards the end of this workout. Yep. Feeling weak again, annoyed. And then I ended it here with a tricep pushdown. I normally do these with a rope, but I was trying out this different attachment. I actually really like it, but one thing is some of the cable machines aren't high enough and it's too long. So, it really just depends on what the setup is, but really a rope is just as good as this. It's just fun to change it up a little bit sometimes, since I'm doing the same exercises every time. And then here I'm just working on some posing. But another thing I wanted to talk about too is the scale. I think especially during prep, the scale is a big reference for how I'm doing, but it's definitely not the most important thing. And so, it can be tempting to get worried when the scale goes up by 5 pounds, or get excited when you're losing weight. But really the important thing is, and the progress you're making, is how you feel and how you look. For prep particularly, it's a lot about how you look. I don't think that, in general in life, that's the most important thing. The most important thing is how you feel. For example, in this workout, I hadn't been getting enough sleep, and so I felt terrible. And so I should take that and say, all right, I need to get more sleep. I need to continue to focus on my diet, and then that'll give me the best opportunity to perform, not just in the gym, but at my job, with my relationships. And so really the most important thing is your health and how you feel, which gets lost a little bit, I think, in prep, because there's a specific goal, which is how you look. And how you get there is to lose body fat, and a great reference for that is the scale. But one thing that Chase and I have talked about is that there's a lot of different things that we do that have different purposes, like this, like a refeed, or like this diet break, that helps my body to not get burnt out, and making it more and more difficult to lose weight and burn fat. We have to keep cutting our calories more and more, and increasing cardio more and more. So there's things that you do, like the diet break and the refeeds, that can affect the scale. And so really it's just understanding. This is why it's been great having Chase, is that I feel like I have a really good understanding always of what we're doing and why we're doing it. And so when I see the jump on the scale, I don't get all in my head about I've ruined all my progress in the last 3 weeks, when there's so many things. I'm just holding more water, I've been eating more carbs, and it'll go back down when we get back to our normal routine. And so really my main point with that is, while the scale is a good reference point for progress, it's definitely not the most important thing, especially if you're not doing a bodybuilding competition or a bodybuilding show. But if you're just trying to lose some body fat, or get into the gym, or get healthier, the scale is way less important than how you feel. Most importantly, how you look secondarily, because I know a lot of us have goals about how we look, which motivate us to get into the gym. And so just really focusing on the scale too much and getting in your own head about the scale can be counterproductive. All right, guys, I'm going to be honest. I think that was probably take 20, but sometimes done is better than perfect, and I think that one was good enough. So I think this is definitely something I'll do again, hopefully something that I can continue to get better at. But that's it for now, and I'll see you guys in the next one.